Giggles podcast.
You're charging, are you?
Currently charging my Whoop. Yep.
Lovely,
'Cause
lovely.
I'm a good little boy.
Well, I've got 2 batteries, but I can only find one.
I've got 3.
Yeah, well, the one that I have doesn't work, so can you send me one of yours? But
Yeah,
that
no worries.
one that does work?
Yep.
Yeah, thanks. Guys, welcome. We were just talking about our Whoop and we thought we'd start recording. So, interesting facts. I'm at a 14.6 strain today so far.
I'm at a 12.1.
Sook.
Well,
But I'm
it's
at a
hard, yeah.
91% recovery.
I'm at a 30% recovery.
Just so everyone knows, we're not sponsored by Whoop.
No, not yet. Yet.
Yeah, all right, let's do that.
I'm at a 30% recovery. This is what we were talking about before we clicked record. 30% recovery, right? Terrible. Bad recovery. I feel
Very
fine.
bad.
I feel like I woke up this morning and I was like, oh, I didn't get the best sleep. It took me a while to get to sleep because there was a thunderstorm. But then I feel like I had a pretty good sleep.
Yeah.
And then I look at my sleep score, like my actual thing. 9% awake, which is like bugger all for me. Good light sleep. That's 3 hours and 59 minutes worth of combined sleep, deep sleep and REM sleep.
Of restorative sleep.
Restorative sleep.
Now-
And a score of 30.
Wait, you get a
How?
score? Where's your score?
The recovery score.
Oh, like 30%.
Yes.
Oh, well, I got a score of 91. However, this makes no sense because
I think
mine, I had 6 hours and 28 minutes of sleep, which is not much, but, you know, getting there. It's up from like usual 6 hours. And I had 2% awake, 98% was in light sleep, and 0%.
Zero. That is insane.
in-
How did you get zero deep sleep and 0 REM sleep?
I mean, I showed you my work last time and I barely got any. So I had 0 minutes or seconds of restorative sleep, and that's down from a regular 8 minutes of restorative sleep.
Wow.
So,
See, but
since
I think they
Okay.
actually measure the things off of these metrics. Your HRV, your resting heart
what
rate.
HRV?
Yeah, it's bad. So last night's was
Dude.
50, which is what they, I think that's what's given me the bad score, which typically it's like 80, high 70s, 80. And, yeah, so like the night before was 94, like that was my week before, or the week of. So 76, 94, 80, average of 75. And then I had a
Dude.
50 last night. Wow, what's yours?
155?
You need to sort
an
that out, mate.
Average of 116? Mate, I'm good. I am more than good. And my resting heart rate is currently at 42. My
see,
respiratory is a little high at 17.
Mine last night was bad. Mine last night was 57.
Yeah, mate.
And it's normally, well, oh wow, I thought it was a little bit lower. It's normally at about 49.
On Tuesday, mine was 37. And
Wow.
then 40, and then 37 again. It usually sits around 39.
Yeah, see,
41,
mine's,
39.
low end was 44, and now it's up to 57.
Yeah?
Yeah. But last night's was, 57. That's bad. That is bad.
When we're not recording, I have a story to tell you. I just can't say it.
Go on.
No, it's not.
Go on.
All right, anyways, so the reason we were chatting about this and everything is I went off Whoop and then thankfully got back on Whoop.
You went off Whoop for ages.
Yeah, because I didn't want to... Yeah. Don't bring Gorilla Hell... Anyways.
I don't know.
off it for ages.
I don't think I
Don't
am
know.
anymore. They've just dropped me.
That could be something we'll talk about. The volatility of CrossFit.
I'll still support them.
Or the functional fitness space. Anyways, I was like, sweet, I'm back on the Whoop train for another year. Got a 12-month membership. I'm going to set my goal to improve my sleep. And so that's the one thing I've been tracking. And before, my deep sleep and REM sleep was pretty good. Like, it was solid. I was getting a decent amount. Not as much as you, which is crazy. And
And
I
that's
have
pretty
changed.
average for me.
I've changed nothing from when I was getting good sleep to now.
Clearly, you have.
I don't know what though. The only thing that I can see is that we've changed house. So, like,
Okay, I'm going to get full conspiracy. I didn't even realize we were going to go here, but I'm going to get full conspiracy theory on you here.
just quickly though, guys, we're going to be talking about goals, and this is
Yeah.
where the goals has been set. Like, I wanted to set my goals on.
We'll get back to that.
Yeah.
But the first tangent for this episode, tangent number 1. Have you ever looked into which way your body is facing, north, south, east, west, for your sleep?
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
no.
the whole magnetic fields and blah blah blah. If
All
your
our one listener has just turned this off.
unsubscribe. No, so apparently if your head facing towards north, feet facing towards south, it creates more of a flow of the magnetic field and you should be getting a better sleep. So, as crazy as it sounds, if you're facing the wrong way, it could be... Clearly
There we
interesting.
go. I'm yawning. I
The
must
other
be
one-
facing the right way.
The other one...
Hang on. I'm going to get compass.
And then this kind of ties into the other one. Have you ever heard of, like, you would have heard of grounding and earthing?
Yeah.
Is where you, like, you I can't.
I used to be big into
I
it.
can't. No, I don't know how to explain it properly. But you like earth yourself out, so you don't like.
Just so we've got this
How-
clear, my head is basically south.
So you're the
Southeast.
exact opposite way.
Yeah, but I can't not have my head the other way.
Try it.
No, I literally can't. Like,
How?
in our room, we can't.
Sleep the other way on the bed for 3 nights and see if you get a better sleep. Because this is where, like, I kind of
You know what?
actually
I
agreed
will.
with it. Because, and next time we'll check.
Yeah,
Because
hang
I
on,
used to,
hang
like,
on.
sometimes struggle to get to sleep. And I was like, fuck, tossing and turning and whatever. And a little trick, I don't know where I got it from. And I don't know why I tried it. But I literally just spun around, put my feet at the head end and, like, I would, boom, get to sleep straight away. That was something that I used to do when I was younger.
I'm going to sleep opposite to that. So, like, my
to
head's
toe.
going to be where our feet are. I don't know, we're just going to try it.
For science.
For science.
Yep.
For pro-science.
Hey, if it works, if you get like 2 hours of REM sleep tonight,
Yeah. Wait, I'm definitely going to have to find
and
that.
we're moving the
charger.
bed.
Yeah. No, I'll just sleep top tail with her. I don't care. I don't even cuddle her on the couch because I'm stretching, so I think she's used to it.
But the other one with sleep
Yep.
is you can actually get these earthing blankets. So
Okay.
like earthing
You're about to
apparently
lose me.
like you can get them.
Mm-hmm.
I've got one, and I tried it out. And so they did a science experiment with inflammation and everything within the body, and they earthed people out for when they slept, and the inflammation, fucking way lower levels of inflammation, better blood flow, a whole bunch of other things. Look into it if it's something that interests you. If you think I'm a hippie, whatever. I noticed a difference.
He's a
So-
vegetarian. He's definitely a hippie. That's not That's not what hippies do.
Oh, that's what this hippie does. But yeah, try
Right,
before
well,
you
try the
deny.
top to tail thing, and then, I mean, Black Friday sales are coming up. I'm sure there's going to be some earthing blanket, or Kmart probably sells them.
Good old Anko.
Anko, mate, Anko's the way.
Anko,
Yeah,
everything.
who needs
Anyway.
breathability when it's only $5?
Anko.
Yeah. All right, so I set the goal when I got this Whoop that I was like, I'm going to improve my sleep. My sleep's been pretty good. We've spoken about this before. Like, I don't really have any trouble falling asleep now unless I've mistimed my caffeine or unless I've actually overtrained and I'm just fried. Yeah. KPow has no problem with caffeine intake. He can take it and go to sleep straight away. So I probably should have sat down. Actually, I have a whole document on goals and everything like that. Like on my goals and how I was going to achieve them and everything. And so,
So do we.
ooh,
Surprise.
So we'll talk more about this, guys. But yeah, I was like, all right, I'm going to do this, this, and this, and this to improve my sleep. Like, I'm going to do myofascial release, like rolling out and some stretching, especially some of the stretches that really relax me. Take my ZMAs, my zincs, my irons, and all that kind of stuff, all before bed. And then hop into bed, like, make sure it's nice and cool, make sure it's, like, dark. I also actually love sleeping in nature. That sounds hippie. So we're super lucky with where we live now. Like,
so
our
when you're a
backyard.
hippie, it's fine, but when I'm a hippie, it's not.
Yeah, because I still eat meat.
That's got nothing to do with being a hippie.
It does. So like we'll have the windows open sometimes, like and the blinds open, and then because I'm up before the sun anyway, so that doesn't matter. Did you hear that?
Yep.
Hey, buddy. Sorry, guys. How professional are we? But yeah, I just tried to set the scene all the time for sleep, and I tried to hit the same time. Like I've noticed, and I've spoken about this before, and the Whoop did tell me this, which I really like, is my sleep is better, or my recovery is better if I'm in bed before 10 p.m. Even 9:59 is a huge difference between that and 10:01.
Yeah, right.
I don't know why. I mean, I'm sure there are reasons for it, but I was like, cool. That's another thing, and I have to check every part of this box off to make sure that I can get a good sleep. And that's my rant over for setting goals.
So apparently,
but I would love to hear your thoughts on this.
We're like touching on sleep heaps. Apparently, the more consistent you can have your wake up time, the better sleep quality you're going to get. So I think we've talked about this in a previous episode. If you can wake up at 5 o'clock every single day, the length of sleep that you have and what time you go to bed is less relevant compared to if you had the same amount of staggered sleep all over the place, you would get a better sleep quality if your wake up time stays consistent.
I 100% thought it was the opposite, that your bedtime has to be consistent.
No, they reckon that it's the wake time.
Well, luckily.
Yeah. The main thing with that I look at with like goal setting is like obviously your smart goals, sport goals, smart, is that it's measurable. So whatever you're aiming towards or aiming to improve or like whatever your goal is, if you can't measure it, then it makes it really, really hard for you to track it. So sleep with your Whoop is not a promo for Whoop, but we started talking about sleep. But if you can measure it, then you can manage it. And if you can't measure it, it makes it really hard to manage. So if you put it in the context of like running, if you don't know the distance that you're running because you're not measuring it, then how do you know if you're improving your running speed or
if you're not keeping
endurance?
time?
Yeah. So like the more that you can measure things, and I can't remember whether we talked about this on air or not, but I'm currently using MyFitnessPal to track calories and whatnot.
Yep.
And the argument is, it's way out of whack. It's not accurate at all, which I would almost 100% agree with, because I don't know if you saw my story that I put up the other day. I was like, my calculation says that I have 45 calories left, but it says that I'm negative 10. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? And I tagged him in my story. I was like, explain yourself, MyFitnessPal, because this makes no sense. But my argument would be that if you're using whatever it is to measure, so let's say Whoop or MyFitnessPal, if you're using the same tool to measure whatever you're measuring, if it's wrong, it's going to be consistently wrong. So it doesn't really matter if it's wrong because you're using the same measuring stick every single time. So if you were to chop and change and go, right, I'm going to use MyFitnessPal today, but then I'm going to use a different calorie counter on Tuesdays, and then I'm going to use the RP diet template on a different day, and there's no consistency with what you're measuring it with, then it's going to be harder to track your progress and track whether or not it's accurate. But as long as the measuring stick stays accurate, then you can have at least a little bit of consistency somewhere. So it's like looking back at the running analogy. If you have the same measuring stick, and you go, I've got 100 of these, even if that stick is wrong, you've got a consistent marker for the distance. So that would be my recommendation. You need to measure whatever you're trying to track and then keep that consistent, because then any variables that you change within it and go, right, well, I'm going to have a little bit more protein or I'm going to have a little bit more carbs. If it's inaccurate on MyFitnessPal, it's going to be consistently inaccurate. So I would just be, making sure that you're using the same tool to measure each time. And action. We're back.
Action. Again.
Technical difficulties. Take two.
Take two.
So, as I was rambling on about, just using the same measuring stick, regardless of what it is, unless it's wildly inaccurate and you're way off with whatever measuring stick you're using.
Like
as
you're
long as
measuring your bank account with MyFitnessPal.
Yeah.
Probably not a great idea.
Maybe not. I'd be impressed, however the hell you're managing to do that. But yeah, so like whatever you're measuring, whatever goal you're chasing, as long as there's consistency within that, then you should be on the right track.
I am so sorry if you guys heard the banging in the background. Yeah. I have a 2-year-old.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. I think he's going to be coming back soon as well. All right, well, I've got a 5-year-old, but who knows which one it is.
We'll be quick.
Yeah. So I was just thinking about that, though. A lot of people get like caught up on trying to set goals, but not necessarily the goal, but how to set them. And then they start stressing out. They're like, do I do the SMART goals? Do I do KPow's SMORT goals? Like, how do I go about actually setting these goals? And I would honestly just suggest same thing. You choose an app to track your nutrition. Like KPow uses MyFitnessPal. I use Chronometer. It's just because I'm just used to that one.
That's a new one. I haven't heard of that one.
Oh, really? I really like it. I really like it. So, but I started using it when I was with Sarah.
Yeah, right.
So that's the one that she uses to... Well, I don't know if she still does, but I still use the same login.
How does that one work?
I don't know. You track your food.
Is it the same... Oh, okay. I'll have to check it out in my own time then, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, you put your food in and it tells you your macros and micros.
Is it the same as like the MyFitnessPal? Like you can scan your barcodes and you can...
Yeah.
It's got... Yeah. Right.
I assume it's probably not as widely... Like, the database isn't as big because it's not MyFitnessPal. But... apart from that, I think it suffices for everything I have.
Yeah.
It doesn't have my pre-workout in it, which annoys me, but then that doesn't have calories anyway, so I don't really care.
See, I used to use the RP diet. They have a little... it tells you how much to eat and when to eat and all that sort of stuff. You have to pay for that one, disclaimer. So there's no free version. But you can add in... So like if it hasn't got... So I remember the oats that because they've got like your generic stuff... But then if you put in the actual food and the calorie breakdown for it, it's so much more accurate. So like you slide it across and go, right, I've got 100 grams of it. And it's like you've had this much protein, this much fats and this much carbs. Whereas if you would go, I had oats and go off theirs, the 100 grams of oats on theirs is way different macro breakdown to what like
really
actual, Yep. So they like pretty much only count the carbs in there. They don't count anywhere near the amount of fats that are in there and like none of the protein that's in there. I'm like, I might just use their one because I can eat way more of it.
Start learning which foods that you're going to use and whatnot.
Manipulate it a little bit.
No,
that's what not to do because then there's no consistency.
Yes. Well, but then
it's not.
Fun.
Yeah, it's pick one. Would be my advice, because then if you go from 100 grams of your my oats and then go to 100 grams of the app's oats, there's going to be a massive calorie difference. So if you're chopping and changing on which one you're using, then there's no consistency.
Yeah, but
perfect example.
Yeah, it is a perfect. What if you're hungry? You're kind of like, I'll use the one with the less calories in it, so then I can eat more.
No,
yeah. I mean, you may not lose weight, but you
are your own worst enemy.
Yeah. But anyways...
Roundabout way.
Right, I think finding a way to track your goals and what works for you is the best way to do it. So SMART goals just bugged me purely, and it was actually quite funny. One of my friends told me this the other day because I was like, oh, that person's so annoying. They're like, you only think that person is annoying because everyone else likes them. And I'm like, facts. So I'm like, I don't like SMART goals because everyone uses SMART goals.
That's why I use SMORT goals.
Yeah, well, I don't like SMORT goals because it's not real English.
But it's like, I'm going to disagree with you because I like SMART goals, because if you don't use at least something of the same sort of framework, then it's not measurable. Yep. And then if you're trying to... I'm all for overachieving, which is the like O in SMART goals.
I thought it was outrageous.
Yeah, it is, but that's... anyway.
It's whatever you want it to be. Consistency.
Whatever I say. But like, if you're trying to say, well, I want to run a marathon in under 2 hours, it's probably not achievable. Because, like, nobody...
Yeah.
There's been, like, one person that's done it. So, like, you've got to be reasonable within some sort of thing. But if you use the SMART acronym as a starting point, I think what a lot of people miss after that is the process goals that you have within that. So, I'll elaborate a little bit further. So, hypothetical, I go, radio, I want to squat 200 kilos. And my back squat is at 180 now. So I want to put 20 kilos on my back squat in the next year. So then what you would do is you would... What?
That is such a big jump.
What?
20 kilos is huge.
Anyway, back to reality. It's an example. What you would do from there is you would break it down to have like process goals within that. So you would like, they're pretty much like little check marks that you tick along the way as you're heading towards the main goal. So like 190 kilo deadlift would be in there somewhere. So at the 6 month mark, I want to hit 190 kilos on my way to hitting 200 kilos. So that could be one of your like milestone goals. And then you would break that down even further and then say, okay, I want to hit this weight by this time, hit this weight by this time. So that way in a year's time, I can hit 200 kilos. And then within that would be a weekly or monthly or daily process goal on top of it as well. And to say, to get from my 180 back squat now to my 185 kilo back squat in 3 months' time, I must back squat twice a week every week. So breaking it down into having these other little process goals is what helps like keep you accountable throughout your... Because some goals that you've got are way in the distance. They can be 3, 6 months, like a year away. They can be ages away. So you kind of want something that keeps you motivated and keeps you ticking along on your way to achieve your goals. So that's where these process goals are like pretty much just check marks and you can plant your flag along your way.
So,
and we've lost Jono again. This Australian internet is killing me. It is killing me.
All right, 3.4. Here we go.
Yep, attempt number 974.
Nice. On that, do you think when we get to the Open, like in 100 years, it's going to be 2111.1? Like 2111.1?
Nah, surely
Or
they
just go back
like
to 11.1.
11.1. Yeah. Surely.
Yeah.
Or...
Will CrossFit even be around then?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah?
Yes. I don't know. That's a good question. I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight. Thanks.
Are you going to be on a plane? No? You're not going to be on a plane? You've lost me already, hey.
Oh, we're back. Oh,
we're gone. We're back?
We're back.
We're back? Are we?
We're hotspotting now. We've resorted to hotspotting because the internet is that
hotspotting.
good. I'm hotspotting.
Damn. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So yeah, my question about all of that is you're like,
About
I
the
disagree
process
with you.
goals.
Yeah, you disagree with me about SMART goals, and then you went on to talk about process goals. I agree with you with process goals. Do they have a place within the SMART goals template as much as they should? Because the way I set goals, I'll talk about it more later, but I don't see process goals a lot within SMART goals. It's like you set your SMART goal and then you have to set another SMART goal for that SMART goal and another SMART goal for that SMART goal. And I'm just like, that's so much effort. So,
But I feel like if you're going to do
that.
anything to a level of high quality, then it's going to require more steps, and it's going to, like, you're not going to have a high quality goal with a high quality of execution if you go, I have a SMART goal. Done. Like, if you want any sort of, am I wrong? If you don't have the steps, like, my favorite, old Tatey, Andrew Tate said that like
we go.
no one in the gym that looks like phenomenal, no like Chris Bumstead and no Arnie got there by accident. They had a plan and they executed. So it's like, it's the same thing with any of your goals. You're not going to get there by accident. Like, you need to plan it out, have your steps in line. Like, this is how I'm going to get there. This is where I want to be at this time frame on my way to that goal. And then this is where I want to be here. And it kind of like keeps you in line, keeps you accountable, and keeps you motivated towards your goal as well.
Unless your name's Matt Fraser and you're just going to talk rubbish in every interview, being like, oh, I didn't even want to compete at CrossFit. Oh, I won my first competition and then I just got better and better and better and better.
I didn't hear what you said. You cut out. You're like, unless your name is...
Unless your name's Matt Fraser, where you accidentally started doing CrossFit, which I'm so sick of hearing that interview question and answer.
Because it's like, he is the exception, not the rule. 100%.
Yeah. Even then, yeah.
We'll leave it at that.
That's another conversation.
I want to ask you a question. With the... If you don't use SMART goals, and if you hate SMART goals, then what do you do? What's your strategy in setting and achieving goals?
So you're probably going to laugh and be like, that's SMART goals. I'm like, it sounds way cooler. So sorry
doesn't.
for those that don't like swearing, but I have mine, and my document is called My Fuck Yes Life with an exclamation mark. And all I do is I pretty much I write all the things that I want to be doing in 5 to 10 years. I write them all down, and I'm like, that's a fuck yes kind of life. And then everything that I would be doing daily then is I make a list at the top and I knock it off daily. That is literally it. So if I want to be like, I don't even know. I mean, I live a pretty good life now. Like, I'm pretty happy. Let's just say, like, I want it. Like, most people go, oh, I want to make $1 million. Just so everyone's aware, $1 million isn't a lot of money right now. So,
no,
I want to make $10 million. You would have to be doing a certain amount of things, and so you write all those certain amount of things down on the side, and then you write that goal there, and then across the top is like, okay, I'm probably going to be doing like mindset work. I'm probably going to be working like this many hours a day, or being focused this many hours a day. And you're quite specific with your process goals, which is what I agree with you, across the top, and they're daily tasks. I actually got this idea from Ben Bergeron, and then I've built on from it. And then I literally just go onto my spreadsheet and I just knock them off each time, or I write in like my little goal thing.
That's
and
like
so I've got that. It just kept it more simple.
Yeah, that's like a kind of like a fake it till you make it kind of thing. It's like, well, in order to become that person, I have to start doing the things that person is going to be doing, or that person does. So it's just emulating the person that you want to be, and then along the journey you become that person. Yeah, I like that. That's cool.
So that's how I pretty much have everything set up.
Yeah, I also had another cool one. I'm going to interrupt you because it goes on the same sort of thing. It was like there was a massive rant. It was an Instagram reel, and it's like the doing the thing is the only thing that is doing the thing. It's like you writing a list out of what to do to achieve the thing isn't doing the thing. You talking about doing the thing isn't doing the thing. So you like writing out a checklist of doing the thing is not doing the thing. You making time in your schedule to do the thing is not doing the thing. The only thing that doing the thing is doing the thing. You have to actually do the thing. Yeah. He obviously said it way better.
Or even I think that was pretty good. Yeah.
4 out of 10. I could have done better.
4 out. I'd probably up it a bit, maybe a 5.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. Better internet, probably 6.
Yeah, I actually cut out heaps in between it. That's what it was.
Yeah. Is he dancing? No, I agree. We actually had this conversation with my dad the other night. Felt like the other night. It was a little while ago. And we were talking about, like, is it Yoda in Star Wars? I've never seen Star Wars, and if you're going to at me for that, don't, because I'm never going to watch Star Wars. Is it Yoda that says, do or do not, there is no try?
I have no idea.
No? Okay, good. Luckily you haven't seen it either then.
I might have, but I haven't paid enough attention.
That's a long movie to stay focused on. Yeah. So it's like do or do not. There is no try. And I was like, I don't really agree with that. And he's like, I live by that. And I was like, I see what you mean by like you either do it or you don't do it. There is no like in between. And I get that. But I'm like, but to do it, you got to try to do it. But still, the trying is an acting word. Like you're doing that act. Whereas when you just note it down, it's like that's not it.
Yeah.
Like you have to.
I'm in a grey
get,
area.
Like, get up early. Just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Because I love that do or do not. It's like, it's very binary. Because the more grey area that you have, then the easier it is to, like weasel your way out of it and come up with excuses and be like, I tried, but this happened. And I was trying to, but then I had to do this other thing. And it's like, oh, I tried. It's like, did you really, though? Because you didn't do it.
So, you're the perfect person. While you're doing your
thanks,
squat
mate.
cycle, yeah,
I really appreciate
for this
that.
example.
No,
Wow,
we'll just leave it.
disagree.
You better not.
While you were doing your squat cycle, which I won't name,
The KPow
would
method.
have been the KPow method. Right, there we go. You would have been trying essentially to hit your squat goal number.
Hang on,
And
start again. I lost you through that whole way.
Okay, so while you were doing your squat method, your
The
KPow method, sorry.
Yep.
Sorry.
It's just so you know, it's actually it's the Dapro method, but then I've added to it.
Okay, cool. He's let the secret out.
Yeah. It's fucking good.
Yeah.
But you don't know what I added to it,
Yeah.
so you'll never be as good as the KPow method.
Unless you sign up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, no, you got, man. All right. So, yeah. So, you're like on your way to doing it, but you're not doing it yet. So, you'd technically be in that grey area. So, everyone has to be in the grey area on their way through to doing what their goals are, like to achieving that goal. Whereas, like, and I get what that guy is saying is like, you can make your plans, you can like not do anything. And I agree. Like, just looking at the Dapro method is like, cool. However, getting up and actually doing the Dapro method is the act of trying to do what you want to do. Because when you started, you couldn't squat 200.
Doing that is
So you had to try to do it.
No, you just had to do it.
a
So I was
process.
following the squat program.
By,
So this
by
goes back.
trying it.
This goes back to the process goals. So
Yes.
if you're doing your process goals. There's no trying to. You're doing your process goals, and by doing your process goals, you, in theory, best case scenario, hit your milestone or your like midway checkpoint goal of I'm going to squat 185 kilos by this date. See?
Are you trying to achieve your 200 kilo back squat in the act of doing the small ones?
Or you're just on the way. Baby steps. I see what you're trying to do.
Trying.
You're trying to manipulate this.
I was like, I got him. But yeah. Anyways, but yeah, so I guess actually probably, because we've tangented so much. We want to talk about goals. This is really good. KPow's actually going to be talking more about goals within like Baseline Project, which is going to be really sweet. So look out for that. However, if you do the SMART goals, the SMART goals, you do process goals, you do like the thing that I do, whatever you do, it needs to be like actually measurable. So you have to be able to track it somehow. And you'll see
smart.
processes or progress.
And it has to be
It
timely.
has to be smart's not always fun. Like if you went
Yeah, but
to
it can't be like a
chiropractor-
dumb. It can't be a dumb goal, like something that's just fucking stupid.
Hey, that's in the eye of the beholder.
Some people are stupid. So like, no, you're not allowed to set goals because you're stupid.
You, not you. But yeah, so make sure that you guys can actually like track them and everything like that. If you want to call it SMART, whatever. But whatever you do, just do it. Don't just talk about it. Because they are the worst people in the gym. They drive me insane when they're like, oh, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. Oh, but I've got this and I've got this niggle and everything. I'm like, can you go to a different gym? Or can you just not be my friend anymore?
Yeah.
You know what? I'll ghost you.
I've got two
There
little
we go.
things
Yeah.
that I want to talk about. So I'm going to forget about them already now.
And this is not
Man,
going to be little.
that was so quick. They're gone. The
That's what
first
she
one
said.
was the measuring stick that we were talking about before. Is how you're setting your goals. That would be your measuring stick. So don't like to start with your smart goals or do it and then change to your daily life kind of one and then chop and change between whichever one you're creating your goals with. Make
Yeah,
sure that
I
that's
agree with this.
consistent. Because then,
Yeah.
if you're chopping and changing, it's going to make it really hard to measure it. It's going to make it less consistent. And then the other thing, I remembered both. There's a third thing as well. But the other one was that did you know that psychologically you get the same dopamine response of talking about setting goals and talking about like something that you want to achieve. I want to run a marathon and I'm going to get this time and blah, blah, blah. Like literally just the act of talking about it and setting the goal and thinking about doing it gives you the same dopamine response as actually achieving the goal. So when people go, I'm going to crush this open season, I'm going to do this, this, and this, they genuinely probably think it and feel it. And like they're getting all of the dopamine responses of like, rah, rah, and then 6 weeks happen and they're not following it and they haven't done their process goals and they're not achieving what they want. So then they come up with a new goal.
They're
and
not
then they
trying
get
hard
the whole,
enough.
no, it's because they're not doing the thing, which is the process goals.
Oh, trying hard.
But that's not measurable.
Is it not?
And how would you measure it?
By my strain on my whip.
But what if it's a active recovery day?
Well,
And the
there's no
strain's
such
not
thing as
supposed to
active
be.
recovery
Yeah, there is.
or recovery.
What
No,
muscles?
you work hard every day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all day, every day. 20 strain every day.
Injuries. Yeah.
And
Hey,
the other
I've
thing
hit
that I was...
once. That was a rough day.
Yeah,
Alright, sorry,
I've
go.
hit it like twice or three times.
Really?
Yeah, once was at a festival. That was... I was in the mosh
Your
pit
heart
for
is
like 3
Take
hours.
me down. Take me down.
That was the day that I ran to the festival. I went the wrong way. So
Did it literally take you one sentence to tangent off what you were talking about?
Not even a full sentence.
Concerts. I'll talk about concerts.
Yeah. No, well,
Right.
like, I was at the entry was this way. I'm telling the story now. And instead, I turned left at the block and it was at a racetrack. So I ended up going the entire way around and it was like a third of the way. I Google Maps it and it was like 50 meters this way was like a little turn and there was the entry. And I went this way and I ended up having to run. It was a 25-minute run to get all the way around to the other entry. And then...
So it's probably like, what, 500 meters?
No, it was about a K.
25.
Oh, Jono's hilarious. Anyway, the other thing that I was going to say was that coming soon, Baseline, we're actually developing like a little goal-setting template, which we're going to be like giving it out for free. So when we develop that and have it all on a ready-to-edit PDF, check it out. We'll be posting it up on the socials. So just something to keep you a little bit more accountable with actually setting your goals, give you a little bit more of a template to go through it with.
Because if this episode has confused you as much as the internet is confused at the moment, this template will actually help you. I have nothing to do with it. Like, we're not trying to plug things and everything. It's just going to be super helpful for you guys. And it's free. So just check it out. All right. We're going to edit so you can actually hear the rest of what I was going to say, but as much as the internet is getting confused, I don't know.
We're both just pulling the same face.
All right, this internet's getting more confused than this episode is. So, if you guys honestly are like, okay, then what do I do next? Check out this the Baseline project. They're going to be releasing like a template for goal setting. It's KPow writing all through it. I think.
You think?
Christy.
Oh, she's gonna kill you.
Oh man, I think Christy's had a lot to do with it as well, and that is good because it keeps KPow in line. But yeah, check that out because then that is something you'd be consistent to. It's free, so don't worry. And not trying to make money out of you, do any plugs or anything. It's literally just free.
Yeah. Unless I don't like you, then
you-
it's like $100.
Yeah.
So, Jono, I've got this template for $100. If you
100, yeah, plus GST.
150.
150. Wow, that's a wow.
Bargain.
Yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoyed our rants. Hopefully you enjoyed the internet's ranting as well and tantrums. But get on those goals. Open's not too far around. If you guys are into CrossFit and you want to compete, the Open's a great way to kind of like set goals for. There's always movements we know about, and you can check them out. And I'm just going to keep going because if it hasn't stopped recording, then we're good. You can probably see KPow's face getting annoyed about this, and we're going to be cool. So leave a comment, like and subscribe, whatever, YouTube, Spotify, Instagram, do all that kind of stuff. Check out Baseline as well for that template. And also check out KPow's Instagram because
I need more followers.
All right, sweet. I'm just going to close this out, even if it's for. Peace, guys.